Hello, I hope you're wonderful. So this week's video is going to be talking about our beautiful liver. And gosh, we could not live very long without our liver. It is a pretty awesome organ. And as I've been posting a lot on this lately, I just want to talk about the liver and skin connection and what to look out for when our liver is needing a little bit of support, and what symptoms to show up in our skin and in our health. And then how can we assist the liver to heal? So firstly, our liver is our largest internal organ. So our skin is our largest organ, but our liver is our largest internal organ. And it sits pretty much under my right ribs. So a really good test you can do right now is if you get underneath those right ribs and you put some pressure on there and see if you can feel any discomfort. And then come over to the left side, put some pressure in there. And if you feel nothing at all, great. But if you felt a little uncomfortable under that liver, that can mean the liver has a little bit of mild inflammation in there. So that is a little clue that we need to support it. Other symptoms of the liver when it's starting to misfire, pressure points you'll see usually acne flares or rashes in between the eyebrows and outer temples. Often I'll see that once it's quite acute, the white of the eye will start looking quite yellow or off-white. We want bright white eyes. And then emotions as well. We'll often feel more emotional, teary, angry. It sort of brings out a lot of the peaks of our emotions, and not necessarily the good peaks. There is sometimes a big relay, because what happens is your liver is your detoxifier. So some people say it's the project manager. So everything goes to the liver. So every toxin you breathe in or you're exposed to, every hormone your body makes, from cortisol, your stress hormones, to your sex hormones, it all has to be metabolized through the liver. And if you consider, the liver has one road in and one road out. So often we don't realize what sort of toxic soup we live in every day, from chemicals in our food to our oxygen supply to Wi-Fi. And then often we don't always eat perfectly, and our mind and our hormones are also cycling and producing different levels of stress hormones. So the body is constantly bombarded. And even if we clean up our lifestyle, you have a past. And even a child has its parents' toxic soup that it's handed down to it. So yeah, the liver's a busy organ, and it's very common that it needs an oil change, just like our car. So we just want to learn a little bit about the signs and how to support it, because skin is an outer roadmap for our internal health. And if the toilet's not getting flushed every day, you can only imagine how that's going to affect all the other systems inside the body. And we know how that would affect our household. So that's kind of where our liver's at. It is an organ that is designed to take that toxin or that hormone and break it down over 2 and then 3 pathways. So the third is exiting. So 1, it kind of metabolizes it, it attracts the toxin in, and then it breaks the toxin down and then eliminates it. But the liver doesn't just do that. It also filters all of your blood. It stores particular vitamins, like our fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, K. It also produces enzymes. It's where we make cholesterol. So when you think of high cholesterol, think liver. And why is the liver producing more? Is it related to the thyroid? Is it related to the hormones? Because it all connects, that all links together. So it's a great, amazing practice, because what I have noticed when I start to support my clients' hormones and then I clean their liver with support, things change like much quickly, and that support's going to differ from person to person. So depending on how optimal the liver is, so if it's quite backed up and not a happy camper for a while, we have to gently support it. And step one is sort of eliminating liver loaders. So what are liver loaders? So that's pretty much trying to buy organic food, switching out your caffeine habit for like the hot cacao collagen drink that I've got posts on. That has been so successful. So 100% recommend that. Look at any other toxins that are coming into your body in your house, like how you clean your house, what's your habits like with toxic load. Also consider mind. So is the mind sort of in this fight or flight space all the time? How can we counterbalance that? A really interesting one, I think most people know alcohol's bad, right? I'm pretty sure you know that. So that's why you get like alcohol fatty liver, and then you've got non-alcoholic fatty liver. So sugar, like high glucose foods, unfortunately the liver just, it's responsible for your insulin. So that's why they say with particularly type 2 diabetes, anger is an emotion that's affected by that. And I've seen that a lot in clients with type 2 diabetes. They get very short fuse, and because their liver is obviously responsible for the insulin production, there's this emotion, it's fascinating emotional link with anger and liver function. So as you clean the liver, sometimes you'll go through a little bit of an emotional release as well, which is kind of cool because it's better to release it than hold on to all of this stuff. But you also find that there's just easier to say no to some of those liver loaders. You don't want them. Once you clean that organ, the organ's actually really honest and says, hey, I don't need that. One thing that people don't always associate with the liver is histamine response. So the liver makes histamine. And sometimes if the liver is loaded, coming into spring at the moment, people can have histamine responses. And I feel sorry for you because it does look really challenging to have all of that drooping eyes and stuffy nose. And obviously when our nose is blocked, then we become a mouth breather, which increases cortisol and stress hormones. So, there's benefits to cleaning the liver at this time of year because that's going to really help with your histamine reaction. So the list goes really long, and I'm only allowed to do a short video on this thing. So what I want to do is get to the cure. So reduce the liver loaders, step one. Step two is support your liver with herbal medicine. So the liver, think sweet to the lips, bitter to the liver, bitter to the lips, sweet to the liver. So when you're having foods that are very bitter, the liver loves it, loves it. So things like milk thistle, and I've got wonderful blends with turmeric and artichoke and amazing bitter herbs, dandelion, and these really help to work on the phase 1 and 2 detox. Now, what I will tell you is you want to be having at least one bowel movement a day before you support your liver. So if the liver, we know that's an issue, but we know the bowels aren't moving, step one is get the bowels moving, because you need to make sure you're removing waste, because when you start cleaning that liver and getting that optimal, obviously it's going to want to dump a lot of those toxins. It's going to bind the toxins, take them to the liver, break them down, metabolize them, and it's going to go out through the bowels. We also want to be trying to sweat regularly with our exercise or using saunas, and then obviously hydrating really well and putting the salt in the water, so we're urinating out the waste as well. So we want to be maximizing those detoxification pathways. The liver also needs protein. So often you'll see, if you've ever used the Thermophase detox powder, it uses an organic non-GMO pea protein. And I also combine specialized healthy collagen powders that are organic and have been treated well as well. So that protein assists in the detoxification of the toxins as well. While we're doing this, we want to be eating a whole foods diet and getting our good 8 hours of sleep. And we want to be reducing stress. So stimulation, so just having some boundaries on our phone and using like artificial light, trying not to be using that bright light in the evening before rest, and trying to make sure we're eating at regular intervals as well to keep our blood sugar healthy, and hydrating with a beautiful little bit of Celtic salt and water, and you will find that when you start cleaning this out, your energy goes up, your emotions balance out, your acne clears up. A lot of the time people go, I look more glowing, I look younger, because the liver is filtering all your blood, and it's also helping to metabolize your hormones that unfortunately, it's pretty common they're recycling back into the body, and this rises inflammation, and inflammation equals aging. So we really want to support our body to age gracefully and not speedily, and we definitely know that all disease is linked with inflammation. So if we can support our liver to be more optimal, you're also going to notice most of your health problems go down. I find a lot of functional medicine doctors all say the same thing. They say, if in doubt, clean the liver, because the liver is the mother of a lot of inflammatory conditions and a lot of hormonal imbalances. And when it comes to skin, our skin is a roadmap of our hormones and our internal systems. So if you have a healthy liver, you're bound to have fantastic skin. Okay, how cool is that? All right, so that's enough for today on the liver. But if you have questions, let me know below, and hopefully this helps. I'll see you soon. Bye.